So now it's time to take a look at the first guitar solo. I'm going to play it through for you first of all. 3 and 4. Now, David is obviously known for playing guitars with single coil pickups and a whammy bar, but today I've chosen to play this on my favourite Les Paul in my collection. I love this guitar, and I just wanted to show to you, I guess, that you can play this solo on a non-tremolo guitar. It's a great way for you to be working on your vibrato and really kind of honing in your skills on the pitch of your bends as well. Now, I've changed the gear up a little bit today to what I normally use. I'm using a fuzz pedal, as David produced a lot of his driven tones with old Big Muff style fuzzes. I'm running into the Boogie Fillmore 50 combo, and I'm using the Cab Clone IR Plus, but I'm using a 4x12 impulse response. David chose to use very clean amplifiers into 4x12 cabs. So I thought that this setup did a pretty good impersonation of that iconic tone. Now, this solo is performed over the chorus progression and is incredibly melodic and is based predominantly around arpeggios. We're really outlining the chord changes. So the solo actually kicks off with a little muted rake, almost like an arpeggio outlining the D chord. So you're sort of resting the fingers across and raking, dropping the pick down. I did play that during the intro demonstration, but I think for the purpose of our playthrough, our gameplay, I don't really think it's that important that you play that part. I think it's better if you just come in with that first note. But I just wanted to point out what that cool technique is at the beginning of the solo. It's one of his a real trait of his playing. It's a real kind of signature sound of David's soloing technique. So we start off with the F sharp note, bend up a semitone, let down, then we bend up on the B string a whole tone, we release that note and play that note in a semitone lower. Coming down an A arpeggio there. And then we slide down a whole tone and re-pick. Okay, so let's play through that first section slowly. Pretty tricky, that opening section. I bend up with the third finger. Obviously, I'm using other fingers before it for strength. And then the third to second, and then second to first, and then first. And then I slide down and re-pick with the first finger. So just sorting out crossing the strings when playing that triad shape. Okay, the next portion of the solo, we do the same bend. Then onto the B string. There, we're bending up a semitone and releasing on the top E. Pull off a semitone. Down the arpeggio. Slide down. Down again. Okay, and you're just descending down there on the D string. So next section, we kick off with a big tone and a half bend. very staccato phrase there. And then we pull off. So it's the same notes, but just phrased slightly different. The first time, then have this faster little lick here, pull off. And then we bend up a semitone. Then we jump up to the 12th position. We're pulling off 15 to 40. And then we pick the 12. Pull off 15 to 12. And then come down a G arpeggio there. There's your G, and then let's put that whole end section together from that big bend. Now to conclude, the vocals come in, but we have some licks played in the background. We're going to bend up a tone and a half on the G string. And then we repick. So you get this. And then we're bending up a whole tone. Bend up twice, but it's a little bit of a faster bend that. You get this. So you bend up, release, and then bend up quickly. So you get... Release that bend and pull off, and then we slide up, slide back, and re-pick that note. Let's have a listen to that whole section. So you get... Okay, so now I'm going to play through that solo for you at a slow tempo. 3 and 4. And finally up to speed. 3 and 4 and... Okay, so really pay attention to your string bending, pitch, and your vibratos. A lot of feel in this solo. Remember This is one of the greatest guitar solos of all time. We need to do it some justice and pay it some respect. Anyway, it's now your turn to play through the first solo from Comfortably Numb, and I'll see you back here in a moment for the epic second solo.